Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, guys, today I want to talk about plants and why they're important to have in your life. One of the first things that I want to talk about before I go into this video is the relationship that we have with plants as human beings. So, one of the things that's really cool is that plants are all around us. You know, they're in nature, you see them every day, they're in the classrooms, they're in your workplace. And one of the things that I think a lot of people don't realize is that when you go outside, the first thing that you step on is grass. In addition to that, a lot of people are surrounded by trees. Now, if you live in the city, you may not be surrounded by as many trees, but they are there somewhere. There may be a plot in an area with a tree in one section, but I think it's important to realize and look at how do you feel when you're in an area with a lot of trees versus when you're in an area that doesn't have as many trees. So for me, whenever I'm in the city and there's all of that exhaust fumes, there's all of that pollution, I don't feel as lively as I do as when I'm walking through the woods or if I'm in a place that has a lot of greenery. So one thing that I do notice is that these plants and these trees give off a great deal of life. And I think that it's important to invite that life into your space. So you can have a simple house plant and you can have maybe one of those grass plants, you can have a bamboo plant, you can have some kind of a cactus if you're someone that can't manage plants that much. So I want to share with you guys my plants. So the first one that I want to show you is this is a bamboo plant, and I got this for $3. Check it out from Lowe's. And this is a plant that originates from China, and it's known for feng shui and the aesthetic appeal. But I look at it and I do like the way it looks, but I'm also aware that it has great benefits. It brings oxygen into your space, and then in addition to that, it's also known as a plant that is known for bringing blessings and prosperity into your life. So this plant is easy to take care of. I usually water it about once a week, and I just noticed that whenever I did take it in my room, I just noticed the overall shift in energy, and it just brought these really good vibes. And I'm like, all right, bamboo, I'm like, we can kind of exchange with each other. So whenever I water it, I can look at it, and it's actually growing, because when I first got it, it was probably right here, and now it's all the way up here. So this plant is flourishing and prospering, and I'm appreciating it, and all that it does for me. This is life right here, and we give each other that life exchange. So I'm gonna show you guys my next plant. This bad boy right here, this is the aloe vera. Look at how big this is. So this is my aloe vera plant. I'm trying to give you, there we go, the whole entire landscape. I've had my aloe vera for about 3 years. I got this in 2016. This was my first plant that I ever got. And one of the big things was that I was searching for a plant that had air purification properties. And I'm like, all right, let's see which one has air purification properties. Is it easy to take care of? Because this is my first plant, and I wasn't that familiar with, how often should you water? Are you overwatering your plants? So look at the aloe vera, easy to manage. It loves lots of sunlight. I learned my lesson. Don't give it that much water at all. I probably give it about this much water every 4 or 5 months. I can tell when it needs, some liquids and when it looks thirsty, but other than that, it doesn't like much water. It prefers lots and lots of sunlight. But back to the properties. So it's an air purification plant, and it also reduces formaldehyde in your house. So if you have, if you live in a moist environment, like I live in Maryland, I live near the ocean. We're like 200 feet above sea level. So this is a very humid environment. This plant is able to modify the humidity. In addition to that, it's able to actually suck up mold spores and then re-release that into the form of oxygen, which I think is amazing. In addition to that, aloe veras promote sleep regulation, so it helps regulate your sleep pattern, helping you get to bed at a good time. And then this is also really good for your skin. A lot of people would take a piece of aloe vera, they'll peel it off, put it on their skin, their neck, pimples, scrapes, sores. But I've only done that if I've seen like a leaf and it looks like it isn't doing too well, or it's not growing, I'll take it off. And I think one time my sister was like, hey Ronnie, can I get some of your aloe vera? And I'm like, no, because I don't like to take the leaves off of mine, because I feel like you're taking the life away. And I know that they'll grow back, but I just kind of like to leave it as it is in its true natural form. So you guys, those are my 2 plants. I do have another plant, but I've said, I think 2 is enough just to show you guys what's up. But one thing that I would say is, when you're going for a plant, make sure that you get a plant that suits you. Make sure that you get a plant that you like. Look around, see if you actually feel a connection with that plant. Some people might think, that's a little bit crazy. If it looks nice, I'm gonna get it. But I think that when you have that feeling and you vibe with it, that plant will serve you as you will serve that plant. So you guys will have that, that connection with each other. And I think that plants are amazing. When you walk into my room, we have, where I live at, we probably have a few plants around the house, a good bit. And some of the rooms, I think there's probably 1 or 2 rooms that don't have plants, but you can feel the difference in the energy when you walk into a room that has plants and when you walk into a room that doesn't have plants. So I think it's amazing to have them in your house. I think that you get a life exchange, and I think that it's beautiful, you having nature inside and then also living around nature. But guys, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, post them down below. Peace.